Today I'm going to do the blade challenge. I have this DeWalt planer, and it has blades in there that are getting a little dull. I took my little sharpening stone on them and tried to sharpen them up a little bit. It worked a few times, but I think they're dull. So now I'm going to try it with the dull blades, and then I'm going to put on this new set of DeWalt blades and see if it's any different.
Gotta set my example. Use my respirator. I'm going to lower this blade until it just starts to cut the wood. It should self-feed and, well, it's kind of making black marks from the roller wheels. It does cut a little bit. Let's see if the new blade makes any difference. I'm going to get all these screws out of here. And here's the brand new blade right out of the box. Careful not to cut my fingers. Well, thinking about fingers, let's see if this new blade cuts paper. Sure enough, she cuts paper. What about the old blade? One side was sharpened by hand and one was dull. Kind of cuts paper somewhat. Let's give it a fair share on the other side. Fresh. Yep, cuts paper, but not quite as well. What about shaving hair? The new blade's cutting my hair right off my hand. I wouldn't try shaving your face, though, with it. How about the old blade? Well, I want to give it a fair shot. Let's try the other side. Not cutting the hair just like I would like. Well, let's get this piece of string. A little bit of pressure and she cuts like a champ. How about the old blade? Well, it's taking a little more pressure than the other one. Let's hold on to that real tight and push. No, how about the other side? We'll push a little harder. A little sawing action. Yeah, it's not quite the same sharpness. Well, let's clean this thing up and get these new blades in here and see if this is any better. I almost put the old one back on. That would have been funny. Making sure there's no dirt on there so it sits nice and flush. And after doing this about 3 times, I found out that the setting on the drill should be about 8. Hand tighten, last turn. Put that little anti-turning device down in there and put the lid back. Plug her back in. And let's do this test with new blades. Well, I am totally thwarted. It's not self-feeding, and it's doing pretty much the same as it was doing before. Although it cuts a little better. But I still have to yank it through. What is wrong with this thing? If it's not the blades, what can possibly be making this thing not work? You shouldn't have to pull the wood through the thing. It's got feed rollers. I'm checking the level on the in drive and the out drive table. Desperate. I put some oil on everything. Spread it around with a little bit of sawdust. Now let's try it. And was I for a shock? That's it. Apparently all the sap was starting to build up on the table, and that was the problem. Yeah, the blade was a little dull, but it was the table. Well, live and learn. Thanks for watching Galloway Lights.